So offering callbacks to customers is one of the most important solutions that you need in a contact center because it solves the problem of people waiting and being frustrated. It allows you to manage your peaks. It improves experience dramatically. If you're getting low NPS, like Net Promoter Score values, or low CSAT, that can be really killing your business and really mean that it's hurting your bottom line. So callbacks, are just vital. And there are two kinds of callbacks, largely, or broadly speaking. So one is where you're waiting in the queue and you offer somebody a callback because it's going to take too long or whatever it might be, and the person opts in for that. The other type is what a lot of people may have experienced with organizations like Amazon, where if you've got a big enough problem on Amazon and you're on the website trying to find out how to get help on it, like your parcel didn't arrive or something was broken or something like that, then if it is the right thing to do, Amazon will dynamically offer you a callback on the website, even though you didn't come through a call channel initially, right? Because getting you on the phone with a skilled service agent is likely to be the best outcome for you. So it's kind of algorithmically determined by Amazon to offer that. And both of these problems, both of these types of ways to offer it are really important. So that's the two ways that that callback is usually required in an organization. And the way we see people trying to solve this now, well, on the second case, very, very, very few organizations offer dynamic web callback. Although it's super powerful and is really the right thing to do if you can select who to offer it to. Because obviously you only want to offer it to somebody where it's the right thing to do from an efficiency point of view and from a customer experience point of view. And so it has to be integrated into your website and you have to verify who the user is. So usually, to be honest, very, very few organizations are doing this. We make that relatively easy to do and to build the algorithm that's going to do the decision making and so on as well for you and give you the tools to do that. In the first case, what we see in the case where you're offering the callback within the queue to somebody as something that they can opt in for, what we see at the moment is usually people apply a bolt-on product, like a separate solution that the IVR then delivers the call into the callback system, and that's usually separated from everything else in the contact center. And this is really problematic because when you make the promise in the IVR to do a callback, that's a pretty hard promise, right? Your person is annoyed, they're waiting, listening to music. You say, we're going to call you back, and you estimate somehow that you're going to call back at 2 p.m. or in half an hour or in 15 minutes or whatever. That promise, if not kept, is potentially worse than leaving the person wait in the queue. So and that's the problem with these bolt-on solutions, is that they're usually not actually deeply integrated into your help center solutions. So they're not integrated with your ticketing, with your skill management, with your availability management. They're not usually integrated directly into your ACD, actually, right? Because ACD is automatic call distributor, or into your queues in general, because essentially you've got a bolt-on queue, which is now a silo separated from everything else. And we see massive problem. It seems like a fantastic way to do it because you can add on this bolt-on, but not thinking through those issues can mean that you actually make your customer experience for some customers, and some of the more important ones, worse by doing that. So I don't think that's really the way to do it. I think if you do, adding it on as a bolt-on is fine. We do that for customers all the time, but then it has to be one that you can integrate into all those other services. And secondly, you have to be able to deal with the situations where at the appointed time when you're supposed to be calling them back, that if you can't, that you automatically message them. You say, we're supposed to be calling now. Unfortunately, our peak, we're still really busy. Our peak's running for longer, but we definitely want to get back to you. So would you like to arrange another time and offer them another time? And it has to be all done in messaging somehow, right? On WhatsApp or some other method. Then you have to update your queue and say, we have a new callback now for this person. And that has, then you have to have rules and say, what happens if you don't fulfill that? And all of this, all of these fallback cases have to be dealt with. So I think really, really important that it's highly integratable. And that's where we focus on with our customers. And we see that's the headaches that they really have with offering callbacks.